If you're thinking about moving from Greenville, South Carolina, I need to save you from making an expensive mistake, because most people who regret moving to Greenville don't actually regret Greenville, South Carolina. They regret the decision they've made inside and the location of Greenville. They picked the wrong neighborhood. They don't understand their commute. They bought the wrong type of house. They chased a deal instead of the lifestyle. And by the time you realize it, you're already living in the consequences. I've helped a lot of relocation buyers move to the upstate from places like Florida, Texas, New York, California, all over the United States. And what I've learned is that Greenville is an incredible place to live. That's why I live here. It's not a one size fits all. Different areas offer completely different lifestyles. And if you choose the wrong one for your situation, for your family, for your needs, you can end up frustrated even though you moved to one of the most desirable places in the entire southeast of the United States of America. We're on every top 10 list you can imagine. So today, I want to walk you through the 7 biggest reasons people regret moving to Greenville, South Carolina. Now, not because Greenville isn't amazing, because it is. It is absolutely incredible, but because the wrong decision here can cost you years of frustration and tens of thousands of dollars. First reason people regret moving to Greenville is they buy too far away from the lifestyle they actually want. This happens all the time. Somebody visits Greenville for a weekend or a week and they see Main Street and Falls Park. They grab dinner downtown, maybe go over to Bridgeway Station. They spend some time up in Travelers Rest at Unity Park, and they fall in love with Greenville, South Carolina and the lifestyle. That's why we moved here. Then they start looking online and you realize that you get a little more house if they move 30 or 40 or 50 minutes away. And suddenly that deal starts looking super attractive. More square foot, bigger yard, acreage, lower price, and it sounds great until 6 months down the road and you try to go to downtown and it's a full-on road trip. Dinner requires planning. Every event becomes a commitment and you're like, do I really want to go downtown? Do I really want to drive that far? Every friend you invite somewhere thinks twice about going to your house because you're so far away. The house was cheaper, but the lifestyle became way more expensive. One thing I tell relocation buyers is you don't live in your house as much as you think you do. You live in your routine, your commute, your weekends. You live in the places you repeatedly go to, work, for fun. If those places don't align with where you bought, you might not instantly regret it, but it's gonna start creeping in. Now, the second reason people regret here is that they fall in love with a model home instead of the community. Builders are really good at what they do. You walk into a model home and it's like cha-cha-ching-ching. Everything's perfect. They've aligned everything right. The furniture is in the right spot. Lighting is pristine. The kitchen's even perfect. The smell, it smells great. You immediately start imagining your lifestyle. The problem is the model home is the best version of that neighborhood. The top, the 10 of 10, okay? What buyers often forget is to evaluate the actual lot that you're paying for, the actual street, the community, what it's going to look like 3 years from now, how far the grocery stores are, how far work is. I've had buyers realize after moving in that their backyard was way smaller than they expected. The trees they loved weren't actually on their lot or covering the right type of sun. Construction was going to continue for years if it was a new build. The amenities weren't complete yet the first year. The homes were closer together than they realized. I mean, I could go on and on. Or don't misunderstand me. There are fantastic new construction communities throughout the entire upstate. I sell them all the time. But you don't live inside the model home. You live inside the neighborhood. If you only evaluate the shiny stuff and ignore the stuff around you, then you're going to end up loving the house while you start to regret the community, maybe the commute time, how far away you are from work. Now, the third reason people regret moving here to Greenville is they underestimate the traffic. If you're watching this from Atlanta, Miami, maybe even Washington, D.C., you're probably laughing at me comparing those cities to Greenville traffic, because it isn't even close, okay? Traffic is all relative. If you're expecting a 15-minute drive and it takes you 35 minutes every day, you're gonna be frustrated and annoyed, and you're gonna definitely notice that. You're going to feel it for sure. You're going to complain about it. I mean, areas like Woodruff Road, portions of Pelham Road, Highway 14, Wade Hampton, some parts of the 385 can be significantly more congested than others. What surprises relocation buyers isn't that Greenville has traffic, because we obviously know that it's growing. It's on the top 10 list of everywhere. What surprises them is where the traffic is. That's why I always tell people to study your daily route, that before you buy the home, 8 o'clock, 5 o'clock, every time. The house isn't what you'll experience every day. The commute is. The drive to work, the drive to school, to church, to the grocery stores, to your kids' games, everywhere. Those are the things that shape your quality of life. Ignoring them, you might as well end up loving your house while hating your daily routine every single day. Now, the fourth reason people regret moving to Greenville is they buy the house instead of the lifestyle. This one catches people by surprise because the house isn't the problem here. They find the perfect floor plan, the kitchen's beautiful, the backyard, the primary suite is huge. I've never had a walk-in closet like that. You know, everything that you wanted, that checks all the boxes. Then 6 months later, you realize that you're not actually enjoying it here. You enjoyed the house, but you're 30 minutes away from everywhere. You just do not like the community. You're too far away. Work, it's starting to build a toll on you. And hey, the pickleball courts might not even be finished yet if it was a new construction. Your friends live in different areas. The weekends become driving from one side of the upstate to the other. What I tell my buyers all the time is, don't buy the best house. Buy the best lifestyle. Those are not the same things at all. Sometimes a slightly smaller house in the right location creates a dramatically different lifestyle than the perfect house in the wrong location. Woo, that was good. Write that one down, okay? The happiest people after moving here to Greenville, South Carolina, usually chose their lifestyle first and the house second. The fifth reason is people regret moving here to Greenville, South Carolina, is they think it's still a hidden secret, okay? Oh, hello, I'm here to tell you it is not. People move here expecting bargain prices because they read an article that's 2 or 3 years old, or an outdated video, and that's why I make weekly videos. Greenville used to be one of America's best kept secrets. That chapter is over. The secret's out. Companies have discovered it here. Retirees, remote workers, families, investors, everybody. Greenville is still, though, an incredible value compared to most of the United States of America, but it's not cheap anymore, okay? The buyers who struggle are the ones who arrive with this unrealistic expectation, and they think that they're going to get this luxury home for half the price that they paid somewhere else. If you move from the West Coast like me, yes, that is true. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes reality hits. And the good news is, though, in Greenville, there are still tons of opportunity. The bad news is you're competing with a lot of people who have already figured it out before you did. Understanding the market today in Greenville instead of yesterday can save you a lot of disappointment. The sixth reason people regret moving here is they never spent enough time understanding the different parts of the upstate. I mean, this is, I'm going on and on if you've watched my videos. This is where a lot of mistakes happen. People think that Greenville's one thing, and it isn't. Living downtown feels completely different than living where I live in Five Forks. And living in Five Forks is completely different than living in Travelers Rest or Greer or Easley. Easley feels like a whole different area. And Travelers Rest, oh my gosh, every single one of the suburbs in the upstate has their own identity, and most of them have their own cute little downtown area. You can drive 20 minutes and feel like you're in a completely different world. And some buyers, they want walkability. Some buyers want acreage. Some buyers want new construction. Some buyers want mature trees. Some buyers want golf community or no HOA or mountain views. The biggest mistake is assuming that every single area offers the same experience, because it doesn't. It is completely different. That's why I spend so much time helping relocation buyers like yourself, because I went through it 3 years ago. I understand, I understand the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because once you understand all of that every single suburb is a different area, you can stop shopping for houses and start shopping for your lifestyle in Greenville, South Carolina. Now, before I get to the biggest mistake, let me say something that might make some people uncomfortable. Greenville is not for everyone. Hello. It's not for everyone. There are absolutely people who should not move here. If you need the major international city experience every single day, Greenville may feel too small. If you want extensive public transportation, Greenville is not built that way at all. You need a car, okay? If you want nonstop nightlife 7 days a week, go to Miami, all right? Greenville's not it. The happiest people who move here understand exactly what Greenville, South Carolina is and what it is not. They don't try to force it into becoming something else. And that brings me to my number one reason, number 7, my number one reason why people regret moving to Greenville, South Carolina. They buy too fast. This is the mistake that creates almost every other mistake on this list. People get excited. They visit for a week or a weekend. They see Falls Park downtown and they fall in love, and they're like, boom, let's start writing some offers. And yes, that's great for me, but I'm not here just to make money. I'm here to help you and your family last in Greenville, South Carolina, and see if it's for you. You got to explore the suburbs. You got to test the commute. Maybe they haven't compared other neighborhoods, haven't experienced the upstate on a normal Tuesday afternoon, or experienced it in vacation mode, or experienced Woodruff Road on a Saturday. Whoa, or I-85, I repeat, stay off of I-85 by Woodruff Road. There's lots of things. What happens is it looks great and it looks beautiful, and you don't ask the questions, okay? You don't compare other options. You spend time. I'm here to help you spend time understanding what you actually want to live in, what suburb and what area. Your biggest financial decision of your life. Buying a house is not easy. Undoing a bad decision is difficult, and you can lose thousands of dollars. So if there's one takeaway from this entire video, it's this. Almost nobody regrets Greenville. They regret the decision they made inside of Greenville. The wrong location, the wrong neighborhood, the wrong builder, wrong commute, wrong expectations. Greenville is still one of the best places in America to live, and you are connected to everywhere in the Southeast. But buying matters more than most people realize. If you're thinking about moving to the upstate and the Greenville, South Carolina, or you're looking to buy or sell in the Greenville, South Carolina, don't make the mistake of trying to figure this out alone. Just like everybody else, hundreds of miles away. I'm here, boots on ground. Reach out before you buy. I help out relocation buyers every single week understand the trade-offs, avoid the costly mistakes, and make decisions they'll be happy with for years from now. My name's Jeffrey Sublett with RE/MAX Reach. My number's on the screen. Text me, call me. Even if you're a year down the road, let's start the conversation now. Even if you're planning, give me a call. I'm always here to help. Whatever works best for you, I'd be honored to help you make the right move. Greenville, South Carolina. I'm Jeff. We'll see you next week, guys.